Okay, I'm going to quickly work through the problems in part 1 of the PSAT practice test from College Board. Number 1, it says a babysitter earns $8 per hour and earns a $3 tip if she gets the kids to bed on time. This format right here, it is right here. They used X for number of hours, but we got our answer. Number 2, what they are looking for with number 2 is they want to have this expression equal to x over y. So we are going to distribute the 3 here, 3x plus 3y equals y. I'm going to subtract 3y from both sides. 3x equals negative 2y. Divide both sides by y. I get 3x over y equals negative 2. We're almost there. Now we need to multiply both sides by 1/3 or divide both sides by 3. And we get x over y equals negative 2 over 3. And that is our answer here. Number 3, we are doing systems of equations, but these fractions don't calculate well. So we will multiply this by 4 to get 2x minus 1y equals 40. We can multiply this by 8 to get 1x minus 1y equals 152. And then we can use elimination to subtract this here. 2x minus 1x is x. Negative 1y minus negative 1y, that just cancels out to 0. And then we get 40 minus 152 is negative 112. This is the only solution with x equal to negative 112. Number 4, through the description, you can surmise that these are similar triangles, and similar triangles have proportional relationships. It says that this is proportional to this in a ratio of 5 to 7. It tells us that this here has a length of 48. It wants us to solve for DC, and this length right here would be 48 minus x. So we're going to have small to large triangle here equal to small to the larger triangle, and then we can solve using cross products. So 5x, 7 times 48 is 336, 7 times negative x would be negative 7x, and then we'll solve for x. So add 7x to both sides, get 12x equals 336, divide by 12, x equals 28, and that is our solution. Number 5. In a certain game, a player can solve easy or hard puzzles. A player earns 30 points for the easy ones and 60 points for the hard ones. Tina solved a total of 50 puzzles, so the easy plus the hard ones was 50, earning a total of 1,950 points in all. How many hard puzzles did Tina solve? Well, in this case, I am going to use elimination, and I want the e's to cancel out so I can solve for the hard puzzles. So I'm going to multiply this by 30. This entire thing to get 30e plus 30h equals 30 times 50 is 1,500. And then I will subtract this. This again cancels. 60 minus 30 would be 30 hard puzzles. 1950 minus 1,500, 450. Divide by 30 on both sides, and we get h equals 15. Number 6, for this one, it wants the solutions to this, and then we'll have to calculate r minus s. So here we are going to set up 2 factors. We need 2 numbers that multiply to 2x squared, so we get that. We need 2 numbers that multiply to negative 15, so I'm going to do minus 3 and plus 5, and just check to make sure that those numbers are correct. Let's see. So I get 2x squared, 10x, minus 3x, minus 15. It does indeed come out correctly. So at this point, I can set each of these equal to 0 and solve. Okay, now it wants us to, it says r is greater than s, so this must be r and this must be s, and we need to subtract those. So 3 halves minus negative 5. Subtract a negative becomes adding 5 and 3 halves. All of our solutions are in improper fractions, so we're going to change this into that format. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 3, we get 13 over 2, so it would be B. Number 7. To cut a lawn, Alan charges a fee of $15 for the equipment plus $8.50 per hour. We're going to use X. Taylor charges $12 for equipment plus $9.25 per hour. What values of X for which Taylor's total charge is greater than Alan's? So 12 plus $9.25 per hour greater than Alan's 15 plus $8.50 per hour. And now we're going to solve the inequality for X. We get X is greater than 4. So that's A. Number 8. What we're going to do for this one is actually set up a table. So temperature and number of cups of coffee. The equation above is used to model the relationship between number of cups of hot chocolate sold per day in the coffee shop and average daily temperature. So we're going to plug in numbers for T and see what we get for N. If we plug in 0, we will get 456. If we plug in 1, 453. Plug in 2, we get 450. Plug in 3, we will get 447. Now we can use this chart to figure out the answer. It says for every increase of 3 degrees, 1 more cup of coffee is sold. No, it would be 9 less, so that's not correct. For every decrease of 3 degrees, 1 more cup. No, it would be 9 more cups. For every increase of 1 degree, 3 more cups. No, 3 less cups are sold. And for every decrease of 1 degree, 3 more cups are sold. That is correct. So D is our correct answer. Number 9, a truck enters a stretch of road that drops 4 meters every 100 meters along the length of the road. It says the road is at 1,300 meters elevation. In terms of the equation, everything is 1,300 minus, so we aren't going to worry about that too much. We're going to multiply this by 16 meters per second, which they use T for time. 4 times 16 is 64 over 100. We get 64 hundredths, which would be 6.64 T, so B is our answer. Number 10. Now we're going to do functions. If this was f of x, we could just plug in the -3, but it's not. What we need to do is say x minus 1 equals -3. Add 1 to both sides, we get x equals -2. We're going to take the -2 and now plug it in. To get 2 times -2 plus 3, -4 plus 3 is -1, and it's D. Number 11, which of the following is equivalent to this? We're going to set them both up as fractions. When you multiply fractions, you multiply across. We have to multiply s to both of those terms. We get s squared minus st over t. Then we'll put each term on top of t separately. The t's cancel here, and we're left with s squared over t minus sc. Number 12. Okay, so what we're going to do is distribute and simplify this first. I have 2 like terms here that I will combine. The question says that the entire thing is divisible by x. These 2 terms definitely divisible by x. In order for the entire thing to be divisible by x, this part right here has to be equal to 0. So 15 plus 5k equal to 0, and then we can solve for k. K equals -3. 13. For this one, it gives us our x and y coordinate. We're going to plug in the x and y into this equation. So our y is 1. A times -1 squared plus b times -1 plus c, and then simplify it as much as we can. -1 times -1 is just +1, so we're left with a. We'd be left with -b plus c, and the answer is D. Okay, so now to the free response here. For what value of h is, so we're solving this equation, add 6 to both sides, we get 30 equals h over 10. Multiply both sides by 10. 300 equals h, and that is your answer. 15, same thing, solving an equation. We have to distribute the negative to both of those terms. A equals 2. 16, here we have an exponent. Each number here has to have the exponent, so it would be 3 squared x squared over 2 squared x squared. Further simplifying, 3 squared would be 9, 4x squared. Because we're just dealing with multiplication, we can cancel. 4 divided by 4 just 1. X squared divided by x squared is 1. That cancels, and we're left with 9 as the answer. 17, if x minus 2 is a factor of this, where b is a constant, what is the value of b? Well, let's set this equal to this. What goes in the box has to be the exact same number. I noticed that this last term is positive, so I need a subtraction symbol here. We're going to use guess and check, so I'm going to guess a wrong answer first just to show you what would happen. Here I get negative 5x plus 6, so I don't get the same digit. But when you plug in 2, you get x squared you get 4, and it fits right into what you were given. So the answer here is 4. And that's it.